You've been regularly posting on YouTube for months now, and you never even did an intro video. Oh, I'm Kody, I come from TikTok, everyone just knows who I am. Hi there guys, my name's Kody, and I wanted to do a proper introduction video to my YouTube page. Welcome to the Schizophrenic Hippie YouTube page, where I share my experiences of what it's like living with schizophrenia. A lot of people followed me from TikTok, so you already know who I am. But recently I've been getting a lot of questions from people who didn't originally follow me on TikTok and now follow me here on YouTube. And they have questions about who I am and why I started doing this. So let's get started. Welcome back guys. Like I said, my name is Kody. I am 27 years old. I use he, him pronouns. And I grew up and currently live in the United States, specifically Wisconsin. I use my platform to primarily talk about my diagnosis of schizophrenia. However, I do also talk about being a recovered addict and a reformed convict. At the age of 19, I started having auditory and visual hallucinations, along with paranoia and delusions. I've told stories about what it was like having my psychotic break in college and starting to develop schizophrenia. But before I ever started showing symptoms of schizophrenia, I actually was no stranger to schizophrenia. My mother is actually diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, which is a combination of schizophrenia and a mood disorder, like bipolar. And so when I was a teenager, my mother started struggling with hallucinations and delusions. And I specifically remember watching her talk to people who weren't there, or thinking that people were following her or trying to hurt her for some reason. And even though it was something I saw on a regular basis, it wasn't something I understood very well, because I didn't get a lot of education about schizophrenia when I was in school. And so everything I knew about schizophrenia was what I had learned from my mom. A lot of people aren't aware that genetics can play a role in the development of schizophrenia. And unfortunately, that was the case for me. There's a misconception that schizophrenia is something that you're born with and you have throughout your entire life. Although childhood schizophrenia is possible, it's very rare. Most commonly, men will develop their first schizophrenic symptoms between the ages of 18 and 25, and women tend to develop their symptoms closer to mid-20s to early 30s. After I started having hallucinations and increased paranoia, I started using drugs as a way to cope, which is why I'm now a recovered addict. That led to my history of addiction, and unfortunately my criminal record. As my page continues to grow, I want to continue talking about the correlation between mental illness, addiction, and incarceration. But I also just want to be able to tell you guys the things I've experienced as a person who does suffer from hallucinations. And some people will find this distasteful, but sometimes I do use humor as a coping mechanism. So I will tell jokes about my hallucinations. I will tell stories that I think are funny involving hallucinations. However, this is first and foremost an informational page. I also want anyone who struggles with mental illness or has questions about mental illness to feel safe commenting and asking questions. So if you guys do have any questions about schizophrenia, about my addiction, about my time in jail, please let me know down in the comments. And I like to end my episode with what one of my followers said to me when they met me in person. Don't worry, I'm real. Everyone take it easy, and thank you so much for joining me on the Schizophrenic Hippie YouTube page.